Hi, my name is Judy Perkins. I'm the How-To Career Coach. And if you've looked at my website, my homepage, then you've seen that I advocate being picky. And you're probably thinking that that is completely nuts. You say, how can I be picky when the job market is like it is? I can't afford to be picky. Actually, that's incorrect. You can't afford not to be picky. Why can I say that? Well, for starters, I was a recruiter for 22 years before I became a career coach. My interview to placement ratio was 1/4 that of most recruiters. I've worked with hiring authorities, hundreds of hiring authorities, to help hire everyone from entry-level management all the way to working with boards to help them hire CEOs. I've seen over 500,000 resumes. I've set and followed up over 15,000 interviews. You're not talking to somebody who did my own hiring and hired maybe 50 people in their career. I've worked with thousands of candidates and hundreds of hiring authorities. And the techniques to my program and my thought process that I teach clients are so radically different than what's out there. And they're based on these patterns and these things I've seen for 25 years working with hundreds of hiring authorities and thousands of candidates. And these theories, these behaviors, these programs are what are getting my clients who work closely with me a job, a perfect job in 8 to 12 weeks. And even the others that work with me piecemeal, a la carte, a little bit here, a little bit there, takes them a little bit longer. But once they lock into what I'm saying and they get it, it drastically affects the length of their job search. What's a perfect job? A perfect job is one where it's functional. You are in harmony with the company, and the company is in harmony with you. You have similar values and philosophies, and you're excited to go to work every day. That's unusual. There's a reason that the percentages for people who don't like their jobs are high, because most people, how they find their job, their next job, is they say, it's my background, I'll make my resume, I'll buy my cover letter, I'll send them out. And basically what you're doing is you're putting yourself in a cannon, you're lighting the fuse, and you're blowing yourself out into the job search atmosphere. And that doesn't work for a number of reasons. I take my clients through some very, very specific steps and programs and interactions so that they understand what the components of the specific components of what I'm talking about are. When you follow conventional wisdom, when you follow what you think you're supposed to do or what you're taught to do, you get so worried about if you're doing the right thing, the wrong thing. What do you do with behavioral interviews? What's the right color suit to wear? Does the sex of the interviewer matter? Oh my goodness. It paralyzes you with fright. That often leads, especially with a lack of discernment, it leads to a lot of discouragement. And when you send off your resume to whatever, things you think you might be qualified, things that you hope you might be qualified, and you kind of say, well, what the heck, it can't hurt, and you're not really using a lot of avenues effectively so that the numbers come into effect, but with a focused discernment, then the time stretches out and you become more and more desperate. So instead of taking eggs out of your basket as you focus and drill down with multiple interviews, you become more desperate and put eggs into your basket until you're at the point where you're just like, a job, any job. And that works against you. What I'd like you to do is look at what I have to offer you. Now, it may seem like my prices are pretty low, but in truth, they are. But you know, in my career, I've been straight commission. And in all the changes, I've been up and down with my income. So I know what it's like to be down. And that's why I focus on a lot of group work, because it helps me still impart the same teachings, but at a lower cost, it's more affordable to you. And there's some meat in those things. The more higher interactive work, like Perfect Job University, is more expensive. I only take 4 students retained. But there are ways to learn without having to pay through the nose. And I'm going to start doing more and more pro bono work selectively from clients that I've worked a little bit with, and I know their circumstances and their attitude. If you are open to doing things differently, if you're willing to do the work, not make excuses, and you make between $50,000 and $350,000 a year, you're a good client. You and I would work well together. If you're looking for a magic bullet, or if you're a C-level executive that makes $400,000 a year, you're better off finding another coach. Start by signing up for my newsletter, which is right there on the home page, right here on the home page, or looking through some of my programs. See when I've got a class starting up, or email me. Let's get you moving to where you need to be, out of the fear, into the confidence, making money, and happy to go to work every morning. That's my focus and my promise to as many job seekers as I can fulfill it. Hope to be talking with you. Hopefully you're still recording.